So let's do a quick little intro and say hi. I'm Jennifer Devon. I've lived in Sherborn for about, about 18 years now. I've got four sons, three at the high school and one in the middle school. And I've always been involved in the arts in one way or another. And I'm happy to be here. Who's up
Okay.
next?
I can go.
Okay.
My name is Trisha Caldecott, and I've lived in Sherborn for 26 or 27 years now. Had three kids go through the school system here, and yeah, similar, very much a supporter of the arts.
Kathy
I'm
or Liz?
Liz Panagoulis, lived here, I don't know, 22 years. One kid still in the system.
Great. Kathy, did you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, hello. I've just been running around. Sure. Kathy Horrigan Dye. I've lived here 25 years. That means that all of us are newcomers. Anyone who hasn't lived here for 40 years or more is a newcomer. Anyway, I have two kids. One is 22 and one is 14. So one is still in the middle school.
Great. All right. So I'm kind of taking a lead role, but anyone can step up. I'll step back. We'll just be respectful of each other. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 6:05. And hopefully Carol will join us. I did not hear from her either way recently. I think when we were first talking about this date, she had okayed it, but I hadn't heard anything else. I don't know if anyone else has been in touch with her. It's kind of tricky how we can't really communicate.
She's looking for a Zoom link.
Okay, it's in the agenda on the town website. If she goes to the town website, or someone could put it in the chat if you want to try to do that, and then email it to her.
Yeah, I tried to copy it from the town website and it's coming up as a PDF document. So it's not really, you know what I mean? Like it's not allowing me to copy it like as a copy paste.
If you can copy the website, the town website, then she could click the link directly in the town document.
Yeah, that might be
That's
better.
how I joined.
Yeah.
So she is attempting. So should we hold off a second on official business?
I don't know.
She gets here.
She's trying. She's trying.
It could be a long one, so I kind of wanted to get started.
Yeah. So I'm under the agenda. The problem is, so even when I'm on the town website under the agenda, you cannot hit copy paste. It doesn't let you.
Right, but if
you're the one who posted it, Jen, can you just send it to her?
I don't have her phone number, but I could try to email it to her. I would email her the link to the town website, so she could also boost it.
It's not gonna work. But you posted the original, the actual meeting notice.
Yeah, but they add the Zoom. The town adds the Zoom address, so I just clicked on the.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, 1 second. All right. I'm emailing her the link to the agenda from the town website. Hopefully this will work. Okay. All right, I just sent it. I don't know what else to try if she can't do that. If anyone else has ideas, we do need to proceed with the meeting though, and we do have enough people. So I'll give her a minute to see if that works. And then we should all gather our materials so we don't have any further delay. Just make sure you guys are ready to go. Does someone want to take notes, or should we just use the recording to get the minutes at a later date? Some groups do that. Is there anyone who would I mean, I always take some notes in meetings that I'm in, but if anyone wants to be more official about it.
I don't, so it's up to
Okay.
you. How do you want to have?
Okay, I will take some notes, and then if we have any blanks to fill in, we can look back at the recording. Does that sound reasonable?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be
that's
taking
great.
notes too.
All right. All right, anyone get any notice from Carol? Any further contact?
Oh.
Okay, we really do need to get started. So if she does pop in, I'll just let her in. Okay. Well, hopefully she can find it. That's too bad. I did send her the link to the agenda that includes the Zoom, so don't know what else I can do at this point. All right, so I was thinking, I mean, luckily we don't have a ton of grants to do. Our funding is, let me look this up, right from our cultural council person, 5,956. So that's a good amount considering the amount of grants that we have. I was happy to see that. We should be able to work well with this. Now, in the past, we've done, like, if there are just like immediate no's kind of that maybe don't fit in the realm of what we do, or there's one that the date has passed. I'm not sure what we typically do about that, but my feeling was not to fund something that already happened. So if there are some, if there are immediate no's that we can all agree on, then we could delve deeper into some other things. Was there anything that stood out that maybe didn't fit the?
I thought we would just go chronologically.
Okay, I saw you had sent a separate message, Kathy, which we really aren't supposed to be doing behind the scenes. So
It was a non-conversational email.
okay.
It was just like what Kristen Rainey used to send us. So it's literally like what the treasurer used to send, but it's fine. I just thought we would go chronological because it's more, I don't know.
Yeah, we could do
easy.
that. My one thing was there was one from Pine Hill that the date had already passed. I didn't know if we could agree that maybe just things that the date has passed. I'm not sure technically if we're allowed to fund things that have happened already. Does anyone know?
Yeah, we are allowed to fund things that have already happened, but I agree with you, and I was not going to necessarily be a yes on that because it said that CSA has already paid for it. So I'm like, well, if CSA has already paid for it, then we don't, why, kind of like,
Right.
why is it even in here? Yeah.
Right. It already happened and it has another funding source. That was number 7.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to, like, if there's ones that like really stand out, like they don't meet our mission or they are already, funded or already happened, just to kind of streamline things.
Oh.
I did reach out to them. They actually reached out to me and I told them that we are on more of a yearly calendar. So they are kind of going on a school calendar, but we fund, like, everything that we do is due in January. So going forward, to keep that in mind, so they're not sending us things that already happened in the fall, but to plan ahead for all of a calendar year instead of a school year, just to fill you guys in on the communication I had there. All right, so that's number 7. Do we feel okay because it already happened?
I think definitely. I didn't know why it was still there.
Yeah, it was there because they submitted, I don't know, 3 months ago, but we technically didn't have to meet until now. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Trisha, are you feeling okay about that? That was number 7.
Yes, I had, if we were to participate at all, it would be a partial anyway, so.
Okay.
It's already happened, the CSA covered it.
Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that anyone thinks just doesn't fit our priorities coming from the state? Anything that stands out? Or should we just start from the beginning now?
Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
work? Okay.
Yeah, the beginning.
And
Great.
I'm not seeing Carol coming in at all, so I'm just gonna continue on.
Go ahead.
All right, so the first one is, we usually get a request for this, in my memory, the Veterans Day concert with the Metro West Youth. They're asking for a $200 amount, which is a portion because it's not in Sherborn. It's, I believe, in Newton.
Yeah.
And it has, a big draw from various communities. So they just ask each town that participates to fund a small amount.
Do you
So
think any of our residents attend this?
that's what I'm not sure. And I don't know if they ask for a portion based on the size of the town. I wasn't sure of that either. Did anyone see that detail?
No.
Because if they ask Newton for 200 and it's in Newton and they have, 70,000 people and they ask us for 200 and we're not there and we have 4,500 people. I wasn't sure how they decided on the requested amount. Obviously, I love that it is for Veterans Day. That's, something that we do typically like to support, or just, discuss a variety of people that we support with our different grants. But it isn't right in Sherborn. I don't know the answer to that, Trisha, if people attend. I would love to know that going forward, if this is a continuing grant that's.
They're auditioning junior high or high school musicians, and if we had any kids from the community that were involved, that would be great. But they're going to be auditioning in the upcoming year.
Right.
I don't know that that would attract the students either. So I'm not sure. It is not a high dollar amount, so. But did we consider this last year, or you have been here longer? Have we done this before? Did they come in? I seem to remember
we
brass
did.
council. Did we say yes? Let me look.
And I think I would be for it just because it's a small amount. We aren't necessarily doing a big veterans thing. We could also say maybe for now, but for 200, I think that's a small amount. And what we could do is help promote it. Like, I'd be happy to help promote it in our paper and invite people to go.
If the
Yeah.
kids see that, it could be a wonderful experience for the students. But they have to be aware of it. So
Right. So even sending something through the schools.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful to go audition and get in this.
Yeah.
But I think we have a pretty good size, I thought, Veterans Day event here. I thought we did. The ones I've attended were
The
pretty
unique thing about this is that it would bring together people from
different communities.
Metro West. Yeah. So that, there's value to that.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to vote yes or maybe?
Liz, do you have any thoughts?
I'm open.
For
$200.
Yeah, I say keep it on, a list of probably until we go through everything. Cause
Okay.
anything for veterans and it's only 200 and it's bringing together so many communities. So I say keep it in mind and maybe go for it.
Okay. I think technically if we wanted to partially fund every single one on here, we do have the ability to do that. So we can keep that in mind.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Number 2 is fossil discoveries with the Easton Children's Museum. They're asking for $375. It's at the Sherborn Library.
And the library is supporting it, which I like
Yes.
to see. So I'm in favor. I'm in favor.
I'm in favor as well. It's in the science realm, which is under the purview of Mass Cultural Council. And I don't think we have many other science ones that are.
It looks like a great program, and the children's librarian specifically is supporting it. It's always great when you have a local support contact.
Absolutely. It does help.
Yeah.
And
And
it comes
anything
under
with
STEM.
science. Sorry, Kathy, you go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say it's STEM related. So, and we really don't have a lot of STEM stuff. So I think I'm a definite yes.
Yeah, me too. If it's science, kids love that kind of stuff, hands-on stuff. Yeah.
So as we're going through these, do you guys like the way we're doing it right now, which is designating a maybe, a yes, then coming back to the beginning and doing an official?
Yeah, probably, because then we have to see what's left in the budget. You know,
This is
we
what
have to
seems to be, yeah, this seems
apportion the
logical.
amounts.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
seems logical to me, but I want to make sure everyone felt good about kind of just a quick run through and then come back and do an official. Is that
Yeah.
sound good? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. Next one is Winterfest with the Friends of the Sherborn Library. I believe it's a dance program.
Mhm.
Dancing and movement. A large number of people will be served. It appears to be all ages, which is great, in conjunction with the library, and a fairly small ask. So
Right.
I'm
I'm
yes.
in favor. Yeah. I'm a yes too.
Kathy and Liz, yeah, any discussion or?
I
Yeah.
guess, I mean, I'm a yes as well. What I'd like to do as well, though, is go through like, the fossil discovery is for K-3 and Winterfest is for 2 to 9. So, they're both the same age group. I'm still a yes, but I'm just trying to say like we should be aware of, the different things we're funding. What groups are we, what groups are we going to be, hitting?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's right. That's a good point.
Yep.
So yeah, I agree. I think we should have yes, but keep an eye on what just Kathy just said, which didn't occur to me.
Okay. All right. And the next one, number 4, the beginner technology classes. Now, this did come along with a letter from the CO Council on Aging. It's a very heavy ask. It's more than half of our budget. And I also, while it is somewhat science, I don't know how cultural it is in terms of fulfilling the cultural council mission. It's more of an education class around how to use technology. Oh, I see Carol. 1 minute. Let me try to admit her. Hold on, guys. Here we go. Yay.
Hooray!
She's connecting. Okay.
Hi, Carol.
Welcome, Carol.
Hello.
We're so
Welcome.
glad. We're so glad that you could join us. Sorry that it was a bit of a hassle to figure out, but we're glad you're here now.
Yeah. Thank
We
you.
have the only thing we've really decided so far was that number 7 had already happened. So we have decided not to fund that one. We have not taken any official votes. We're just kind of going through getting an initial feel, but that was the only one that stood out to us like immediately. It's already happened and it was funded by the CSA. So we're going to move on from that one.
Okay, great.
Okay, great. The others, the first one, this is, like I said, we're going through very casually at first just to get kind of a feel for how we're standing on these. The first one with the veterans, we have a maybe between the group so far. This, again, is not official. Number
Okay.
2, for the fossil discoveries, we are thinking yes. Number 3, for the Winterfest, also thinking yes. And right now we're discussing the technology class for the Council on Aging. Our total amount that we have to grant tonight is $5,956. And this is a $3,000 ask. So we are able to fund portions of things if we come to that agreement. So right now we have to decide, I think, if we're a flat out no, yes, or maybe. That's kind of where we are right now as you're joining us. So
I did talk to the Council on Aging because I actually sent them an email and asked them about the class.
great.
And I also wrote to the guy who wrote the grant.
Yeah.
Just to get more information. This is what I found out. And I also worked at the Council on Aging for 7 years. So I used to write these grants. So the Council on Aging themselves said that if we are limited in funds in any way, what they put in order their priorities because they have 3 different grants written. And their number 1 was Roger Ticknell, their number 2 was the technology, and their number 3 was Mr. Rule, Rull. And then I asked them more about the technology class because when I used to work there, we used to get, high school kids to come over and help the seniors for free. And they basically said that they've used this service before. And last year they did 4 $250 classes. So last year they only spent $1,000 and they did 4 of them. So I was thinking if this fits at all, and I'm not sure it does, but if it did fit, we could always fund, two for 500 if we really wanted to.
Okay, and do you know that if the cost stayed the same per class? I don't remember seeing.
Well, so this price is for, I can't do the math, is it? I think it's 12 months at 250, which is a lot. And considering they only did 4 last year for 1,000, I don't know why there's a grant in here for 3,000. Like maybe it should have been 1,000 for, like for like they did last year.
Kathy, did you ask them about the Friends of the COA funding? Because they have resources as well.
Exactly. You're right.
Significant resources.
Yeah, they do have a lot. And, I think when I worked at the COA, I would write grants and it's part of your job. You write the grants, you hope for the best, because we have a limited budget. And so anything that I could get from the Cultural Council saved us on our budget. So even though they put in 3 grants, it doesn't mean they even expect to get all 3. So that was the order but if we don't think that that is even a Cultural Council grant, appropriate grant, then, we could go to Thomas Rule and Roger Ticknell and skip it. So it's kind of up to the group to decide what they think.
Well, I think I had those 2 as definite yeses already.
I mean,
So
that's a completely different realm. And I think that's more along the lines of what this group is used to.
I agree.
Yeah. So I also have questions as to whether this fits in with our mission and what we're tasked to do. I do think there's extreme value to it and it's a need, but I just don't know if this is the right funding mechanism.
Right.
Because it really doesn't fit in quite the same as some of our other.
Kathy, did they say they had a lot of people showing up? Because I remember emails going out saying they were going to cancel the class because they didn't have enough for some of them.
Well, the problem is these are capped at 15 people. So they only let 15 people in.
But I mean, they didn't even meet the 15 for some of those lessons I heard.
Well, and if that's true, then, I'm not sure that,
But I could be wrong. I didn't know if you talked about that with them.
No,
but I do remember getting an
yeah.
email saying that they, to let them know if I was interested or anyone I knew was interested. I can check my emails. I wasn't sure if they were filling the classes. Let me.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is the other 2 grants are very much up our alley. They're artists,
Yes.
they're known commodities, they're very popular. I mean, Roger Ticknell, I wrote grants for him for probably, 5 years. And he's the most popular guy that comes to Sherborn. So
Yeah. As I said, I'm fully on board with those 2. Rule, I think, and Ticknell. So
Carol,
but we'll get to them. They're later in this pile, right?
Yeah.
So
Carol, I just wanted you to be aware, Carol, that we're recording the meeting. I think everyone needs to be aware of that. So we started the recording before you
Thank
joined.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Okay. All right. So how are we feeling? Do we want to just say a flat out no on this because it doesn't fit with the mission? Or
well, do you want to see if we have money left over at the end and then revisit it? Like what Kathy was saying, like a couple, classes, fund a couple if we have money left. I mean,
yeah, we can do that, but I'm just thinking, does anyone
Yeah.
else feel that it doesn't fit?
at all?
Even if we had funding for it, does it fit? It's hard. This one is a little iffy for me. Like I said, see value in it, but it's not quite the same type of programming that we're used to funding.
You don't think of it as like STEAM or anything, or STEM,
I can see that, but it's not as interactive. It seems to be like, one person telling a captive audience. I don't know. I don't know. Many of our things are more interactive, hands-on, and this might be. I just.
I see what you're saying. I do.
Yeah, I hear what you guys are trying to say, and I didn't. I much preferred the other two. And just knowing, I'm constantly talking to my 86-year-old mother, with constant questions about how to use the iPhone. And I, I don't think it's something, in the end, if we have a few hundred left over, sure, maybe we could give it to them. But right now, I think it's something that it constantly has to be taught over and over to a lot of the seniors. And, should be left to hopefully, high school kids helping, or, their grandkids, or so. I'm much more excited about the other two.
Well, we'll set this aside and we'll keep.
Anybody else
plugging,
have
but-
anything to chime in before we move to the next one?
I'd like to say that after reviewing the applications, that one stuck out to me as not on mission. That's just, I thought, what is this doing in here? That was kind of what my impression of it.
That's a little bit what I was thinking too. Now, science is and can be covered under our grants, but I don't know, I mean, and technology as well. But it is a big ask, and I don't know that it 100% fits our mission. So do we want to mark it as a maybe, or do we want to, I mean, we're not doing an official vote, but we could mark it as a maybe or a no at this point. Please tell me what you're thinking, and then we'll move on.
I feel like maybe safer.
Yeah, I could go with maybe, leaning towards no, depending on what money's left over.
Okay, it's just going to start to get complicated. We have a lot of maybes to come back to, but that's fine. I'll put it down for now. All right, I have a maybe on number 4.
Wait, Jen, you're off. You're not, we can't hear you. Jennifer, you're on mute.
I clicked
Okay, go
it twice and it went off. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, books and magic is number 5. So we're all on the same page here. $799 ask. It is in conjunction with the library, the Sherborn Library, and it's the summer reading kickoff. Pretty much an annual thing. I think it's grown a bit over the years. Gets a pretty big attendance of school-aged children and preschoolers as well. So it has a letter with it. I tend to vote yes for it. We can discuss
Same.
the portion of the cost if it comes down to it, but my initial reaction is a yes.
Yeah, I support it.
Other discussion?
Yes, I support this one.
Yeah. And I think I'm a yes. And again, it's $800. So, worst case scenario, we could do half or 3/4 if we had to. So I would say yes for now, and we'll circle back, I guess, for amounts later.
Great.
I agree.
That sound good? Okay, Carol, thanks. Number 6 is Metco Mixed Media Maximalism, $450 ask. And this is with the Metco and the CSA, serving the students who are in Metco and their family friends at Pine Hill. I think this was a new ask. It's somewhat unique, and I tend to support it, but I'd love to hear thoughts.
My only bummer about it was that it only serves like 24 kids. I kind of wish it would, and I'm not saying I'm a no, but I kind of wish it would serve, a larger group. Like, why not do something that's Metco and, Pine Hill during all school meeting, and, 300 kids or 500 kids are, involved and, engaged. But so my only negative was that it's such a small number of kids.
Right, and that's what I was first concerned about that. It's just targeted towards one small group, and that's it. So if they can open that up to more people,
Is,
seems
yeah.
much better. I mean,
Is the Medco director, the program, is there a letter of support from them? I don't know if I saw that, or they,
I don't remember seeing that.
I don't either. I hope they're, involved with this, that this is, who's the person who put in? As I said, I love to see the hosting organization show support in writing.
So the
Who
grant
put
was
this
written
in?
by the CSA, which is also interesting because Tricia, you were on the CSA for many years with me.
Yeah.
And it's like CSA is its own funding organization.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of weird that CSA is writing a grant to get money when they have their own money.
Yeah, I think because it has to do with art, they figured that they would put in for this.
Do they have the Medco involvement officially? I don't know. Or is it something,
It
I guess they're
sounded like
doing
they-
for the kids?
Yeah, it sounded like they did from what I read, but there's so many pages here to look through. It's hard to find what exactly you need to look for at the exact moment.
I know.
Rolling through.
I mean, again, we could say yes and still fund, 300 instead of 450. It's you know what I mean? We shouldn't be intimidated by the amount, I guess.
Okay. All right. I'm a yes.
I'm in favor. I like
Yeah.
the spirit of it, so.
Me too.
Okay.
But if they could, I know it is a small group, I agree. So. And yet, it sounds like a nice project, so.
Mhm.
Like a community builder for those kids. I don't know.
I was thinking. Okay. So number 7 was the one that already happened. So we are not going to fund that. Number 8 is The Dragon King by Tanglewood Marionettes.
And they are amazing, the Tango
They are.
Marion. I
Very
hired them
good.
for a lot of stuff at preschools and all over. I haven't been in touch with that group in years, but they were very good. But it's expensive, I think. I think I wrote partial. Let me see.
Yep, it's $1,008. So yes.
Yeah.
So I also
I
put
have partial.
yeah, but I'm a yes.
Yeah.
And then we can discuss funding.
Yeah, yep. I
Yeah.
like it because when you present at Pine Hill School All School Meeting, you're hitting like 600 kids. So,
Yeah.
and for some reason they're saying the audience, number of people served 400. So I like when it's a really big audience and a lot of kids are getting the benefit of it. So I'm a yes.
yes, yeah. And I've heard
I
great
just think
things about it.
$1,000 is I think
Too much.
we may wanna,
Yeah.
I think we might have to cut back on that, but
Yeah.
I great program, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
we can all
I'm not-
crash
I'm
it,
not-
go see.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
like
not
to
sure.
see it.
Yes, it's for you can go see it. The all school meetings are open to the whole community. So that's another good thing. It doesn't just have to be the students. And it's for the Chinese New Year and it is in conjunction with the CSA. So I think we could do a portion and it would still happen. That's the good news. It doesn't mean that it wouldn't happen.
Yep.
I don't think that sometimes when they put in, they realize that we only have $5,900. So
Right.
that is kind of a high request, the funding the 1,000, but I'm a yes, and then we can discuss if we want to
Yep.
do a portion. How does that
Okay.
sound to people right
Great.
now?
Yeah,
Great.
that's good.
Okay. All right. The next one is very unique. It's the sculpture "You Are Here"
Oh,
by
right.
an artist, Jennifer Powell, and it's going to be a statewide installation, which is, I think, a cool idea. It's a $1,335 ask, which is high for us with our small town and smaller budget. But I do think it's a cool thing to be part of. I am curious what happens if they don't get a lot of participation, because the impact is having it be all over the state. And it would be really cool if you're, driving around or you happen to be in some far off town and you see the "You Are Here." I think it would be a good photo op for people. And then it's going to be a local artist on the back, is my understanding. So the front will be the "You Are Here," the back will be specific to the locale, was my understanding. And I think it's a really clever idea. People love, there's hearts around Framingham right now. Certain towns have done like cows and things like that, but this is statewide. And I do think it could draw people to come and try to, almost collect their photo at each one, or as many as they can. I don't know. I think it's a cool and unique thing. But I'd love to hear from you guys.
Well, is there town support? Like, has she gone to the select boards of each town to see if there's excitement around it? We don't want to be one of 5 towns who does this. It's a lot of money too. But the select board or even the DPW for like
Right.
help locating the site and getting it up, right? I don't know. It is interesting. I mean, this is all to celebrate the 250 years, so does the town have its own plans to observe that? I don't know. I'm not sure. This one I have question marks all over.
Mm.
Same questions you're having probably. I mean, I'd love to see how many towns, like if she had gone first and got, some critical mass of towns that are interested in the concept and then circled back for the funding. But, it'll probably be one of those, we're all synced up. We're all deciding right now. So I don't know if there's a way to reach out and see what kind of appetite there is for it across the state. But that's all I have to say on it. Anybody else?
Well, her grant request does say we could split it up over 2 years, but again, it's still $650 a year for 2 years. So, and I don't even know if we can do that because I don't know that we can guarantee that next year's council will be a yes.
Right. I don't think we could do that. We could decide to fund just whatever we fund at this point and then leave it up to.
I think it's one and done is how it runs.
Yeah.
And then the question is, if we don't fund the entire thing, I don't think she can do it. And I personally don't want to fund $1,335 for one thing. If it was 400, I would probably be a yes, but I think that's a large number for something that's kind of out there. And I mean, we've just gone through the whole 350th anniversary for a whole year, which was wonderful. But I'm like, we just did this. This is a little different, but
And we're older than America, so
we are old.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know.
I mean, there is a process where if we say no, they can choose to come back to us. Like we can give our reasons, they can give a rebuttal to our reason.
Yeah.
She may not do that. If we say no, it depends on probably how many no's she gets if she's going to continue the project. But if we're one of a few that say no, she might come back to us and say, like, all your neighboring towns are doing this. But then all would be in her court. But there is a process for people that we say no to have, I think it's 2 weeks to come back. That's why we had to do the meeting now, so they have time before we have to finally submit in January. But they do have a process to come back to us. So that's something to keep in mind.
We can tell them that too,
Yeah. It's tough not knowing what kind of buy-in across the state. If we knew, I think it would be a cool thing to be part of across the state, but we don't know. And we also don't know, like, does she have permitting, like you said, Trisha? Like, has she talked to select boards and DPWs about logistics? We don't know that either. So,
Right.
I
I
think it's a
think
cool
there are
thing.
too
It's
many
unique.
unknowns.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns, but it is extremely unique and I think an interesting thing to be part of. And I'm thinking that towns with larger budgets probably will say yes to it. It could be a draw, like, people love to take photos at different places. It could be a draw to different towns. Carol, do you have thoughts?
My thought is that, are we assured that it's going to be coming here to Sherborn?
Yes, so this would be for one in Sherborn. So my understanding is
every
that
town would
every single city in town is getting this grant request from her, which is very ambitious. And I think good for her. I mean, doing a statewide project, that could be something really, really cool. That is a big chunk of our personal budget for our town. So that's something to consider. But then again, if it's happening in most places across the town, it would be a cool thing to be part of and across the state. So what are we thinking? Do we want to come back to it? Are we a no?
It's probably a no, but reminding her that she has kind of an appeal window. And she could tell us that, 70% of the towns across the state are doing it. And then we could revisit it. But at that point, $1,300 is probably not going to be sitting somewhere for her.
Right. Right.
So this is a tough one. It sounds like it's got a lot of promise. Could be
I mean,
fun.
I really don't think we can fund the full amount. So if it's, and we can't guarantee, like Kathy said, that next year we would fund the second half of it, because each year is its own slate of grants to look at in a separate approval process. So, I mean, if she could do it on a portion of it, then I would be a yes, definitely. But if it requires the full amount, I don't think we can technically handle that with a small budget that we have. So
So I just left her a message. I called her phone number from the grant application. She didn't answer, so I left her a message and asked her to call. But the other idea is, a year from now, we will know, how many towns signed up, how many people are on board. Did 50 towns do it? Did 100 do it? And that would really help next year's board help make that decision. If 10 towns signed up, we probably won't do it. If 150 towns signed up, they might be more motivated to say yes.
But what's the window? What is the time? Wait.
Mm.
When is she trying to
when would
install
she actually
this?
be creating and installing it? Yeah, what does that say?
Basically, she said, it says, when will the project take place? It says 2025 to 2026.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It
2026 is
gives
the
time.
actual, yeah, is the year. So, okay.
So we could do a wait and see.
All right. How does everyone feel about that? Just putting a no for now.
And
And
catching it on the next round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in
Yeah.
agreement with that.
Yeah,
okay.
that sounds good.
All right. And again, this is not official at this point. So this is just the first go through. Number 10 is water is life, life is water. $1,000 requested amount. It's all ages, I believe. It's at the library. It's dance and storytelling. It's a local person. It's Indian culture, and it's a little bit of a high ask at $1,000, but I think it sounds cool and would be up to talking about a portion of funding.
Yep.
Wait, it's
So
a local, it's a Natick person, I thought. You
Yep.
meant, when you say local, do you mean
Well,
Sherborn?
someone wrote a letter that said to Miss Hodge that said, "I'm someone's mom,"
What?
and that sounded like Pine Hill, right? Miss Hodge at Pine Hill.
Yeah.
There was a letter that accompanied it.
Yep.
So
I called her.
yeah. So she lives in Sherborn, correct? Or the person who is supporting it does. What was Kathy? Tell us what you found out.
Yep. So I called the phone number on the grant just to find out more information. And the woman basically said it's 2 events. Each one is $500. One is at Pine Hill on October 17th. One would be at the Sherborn Community Center in May. So I like the fact that it's 2 different events. The one at the community center, I think, is geared towards adults. And then the Pine Hill one obviously is for kids. Um, and she did say, I said, sorry.
Does she live in Sherborn?
I forget what she basically said, that someone involved, I don't think she lives in Sherborn, but either the person who wrote the grant is in Sherborn, or let's see. There is a Sherborn connection for sure.
Right. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. And the dancers, I think they dance at Natia in Natick. And again, I think that, so she talked to Corrine Whitaker, the events manager for the Townhouse of Sherborn. It says that they've demonstrated a firm commitment to host their group at the Mother's Day event. Kelly Hodge, the music specialist at Pine Hill Elementary, has demonstrated a firm commitment offering October 17th. So it's, oh, and then it says, we are also in conversation with Sherborn Library, and then Usha Narayana, who is a longstanding member of Natya Dance Collective and a Sherborn resident, set up these connections and will be coordinating. So it's two different events. It's two different audiences. I do like that. I just think 1,000 is a lot. So if we are a yes, obviously, I think it could be partial.
Yeah, I think the one at the library slash community center on Mother's Day is the sale, the arts and crafts sale
Hmm.
that they do every year
Hmm.
for Mother's Day. So that'd be interesting to have a live performance during that. And that is a huge audience. Like that's one of the biggest events we have in town on a yearly basis. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anybody
if we fund that, we could hopefully have a sign or something that the Arts Council
yeah, we talked
right on
about
the
that.
stage in there
Yeah.
because, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
But 1,000, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot. This
So
is like a
yes, on a
quarter of the
portion.
budget.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, how people aren't really aware of what our budget is when they put in the ask. But anyone else on this one?
Yeah,
I'm-
I'm up for a partial, definitely, not full.
I agree.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
All right, number 11. This is another Council on Aging. This is the musical journey through the years. This is the Tommy Rawl one.
I'm a yes.
I'm a yes.
Yep, it has a letter. It's one of the favorites every year.
Yes, like this one.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How well is it attended since it's been done in the past? We have that history.
So he would come in, because I used to do this for a job. So at the Council on Aging on Thursdays, they have a lunch every Thursday, and at least once a month as an entertainer. So if the lunch has 70 people, then he has 70 people as the audience. If it's 50, if it's 80, if it's 90, we do have more of a draw when we do have a good entertainer like that.
Mhm. Okay, thanks.
It's
Yeah.
well attended from what I recall when I was on the board.
Mhm.
So,
I love these ones that are well attended and kind of a tradition, but I also do wish that we saw some different things once in a while. And I'm wondering if the people there want to see some different things.
I agree. And then they probably want to hold on to their old standbys while they experiment with other entertainment, probably. So
But I would love
these
to
are just
see,
two.
I'd love to see, something a little different. This is kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
We do see this every year. Although, I mean, if it's well loved, then that's understandable. So someone said that right, there's another COA one coming up, right?
Roger
So-
Ticknell is the #1 favorite. He's number 14.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Are we feeling strongly about this one as well? So a yes on this. A portion. I mean, is it 1 hour for $500? That's the other thing. Like, that's a high hourly rate. If it's an hour, I'm not sure the length of time that he performs.
Yeah, it's probably an hour, but the way they look at it is it's travel time, it's get there, it's set up, it's perform, break it down, drive home. So for them, it might be 4 hours, even though there's only 1 hour. I mean, we're funding, we have an $800 ask for balloons, books, and magic. So, 500 sounds better.
Yeah. He also references the COA Friends Group as a potential source
Mhm.
of funding. So we could do a partial on this and have the Friends or wherever
Yeah.
else he's looking.
Let's mark
For
down a
what?
yes.
Why don't we
It
do
seems
that?
like we're all a yes. We just,
Yes, and a partial. Here,
Okay.
Yep.
we'll do it.
all right. Moving on then. Number 12, Sherborn's Little Free Art Gallery or Sherborn's Free Little Art Gallery. I guess they haven't decided on which order for the name, but this is $350 ask. It's going to be similar to the free little libraries that we see all over the place now, the little wooden stands, and it will be to share art that people have created. examples given were like, little jewelry things, just to brighten people's day. You can put something in there, you can take something out. I think it's a cute idea. I haven't personally seen an example of this done somewhere. I do think the libraries are very clever, and they're usually really cute. They're decorated nicely, and I think it's a nice feature in a community, but let me hear your thoughts.
Apparently, there's one in the front of Natick Library, which I'd like to see, but I haven't had the chance. I like the concept. I just don't want it to look tired or worn and uncared for after a period of time. Just want people, because when people have them at their end of their driveway, they're caring for it. They're keeping an eye on it. So if we were to do this, I would want it like right in front of the library, or have someone tasked with keeping an eye on it and making sure it's secure and it looks nice and it does what it's supposed to be doing. That was my thought.
Yeah, I thought it would be easily vandalized, by teens or so I have questions about it.
Well, the little free libraries have been around for a while now, and
Well, those are books though, right?
right. I don't think it
No.
would be any different in terms of like a chance to be vandalized. And I think that those tend to be fairly successful, and people are respectful of them. I haven't heard of any examples locally where they're not, but any other thoughts?
Is the 350 just construction cost, or is it for maintaining it as well?
What page is it on? I'm trying to find it.
All right, so the budget is supplies and materials, wood, post, hinges, gallery door, and paint, $350. I mean, this could be a project for a high school kid, don't they have to do, I don't know, don't they have to do projects, some of them, or an Eagle Scout?
That's a really good idea, Kathy.
Mm,
Yeah, it's the
I
Eagle
like that.
Scouts who do that all over.
yeah.
I
Yeah, but
really
it
like
has to
that.
be usually something that Eagle Scout is passionate about and comes from
Yeah.
them. Usually it's something that they find a need for. All right.
Has anyone seen the Natick one that she
I haven't.
references in here?
Yeah, I
Is it
Googled
like,
it.
is it
You
a
can-
board, Kathy, or is it like you open it up like you do with
Yeah.
the little books?
Yep, it looks like a little bookstore. I mean,
Okay.
you guys can Google it now if you have other devices.
Yeah.
It's the Natick one doesn't look bad. I just, like you said, maybe someone could be in charge of keeping it up. The art students, somebody should be in charge of it.
If it was right in front of the library, they would make sure it looked nice and was well cared for. But I don't know if they would want it. Where is she thinking
Yeah,
of
is
putting
it
it?
associated with the Friends of the Library at all? Or is it separate?
No, I think this is just an individual.
I like the idea. I think it's something fun and would bring some joy and interest.
So Irene said that she will collaborate with the Friends of the Sherborn Library, which she's part of, and she has worked with who have worked with local artists exhibiting their art in the library's community room.
Great, thanks, Kathy. Okay, so I have marked down yes. Does anyone have anything else to say? We can discuss the portion when we do an official vote. If we
Yeah,
want.
I'm in favor. I just hope it's well maintained and they find a good spot for it.
Yeah, true. Those 2 points are very good. So yeah, I guess, and yeah, hopefully they're going to maintain and find a good spot. That's key points.
If they can get through
All right.
zoning, conservation, and Board of Health, God
Good luck.
bless them.
Good luck.
God bless 'em.
Carol, did I cut you off? I'm so sorry. What were you going to say? Did you have something to say?
No, I think you raised some good points about maintenance, because the woman who's proposing this, it sounded like she's motivated to have her daughters crafts put in there? It sounds like, that, I mean, not just her daughter, I don't mean that, but that's what's motivating her. So there'll be a time when she's probably not going to be really connected to this project anymore. So who will take over? It's sort of like I'm looking down the road, like you're saying, it could become an eyesore. Also, one question is, how big would this be? I mean, we're talking about artwork. So is it suitable? I'm not sure exactly. I was a little confused about what kind of crafts or artwork would actually be
I think
part
it's
of.
more like jewelry or little bracelets or little, I mean, I think it's small artwork. I think it would have to be small.
Yeah, it said photographs, jewelry, small paintings. So it'll
And
probably be smaller size
yeah.
to the library, the free library.
And it's enclosed. It's not like on a bill on a board or anything.
Yeah.
So you open and close it like a little shop or something. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just went on the Facebook page where they have some pictures of it in Natick. So yeah, it would be small little pieces of art.
I think it sounds
It's
fun.
charming. It's charming. Definitely charming.
Okay,
Okay.
are we all right? Okay,
I
so let's
would
put
be,
a
a-
yes
I
for
would, I
that.
would probably be a no on this, but
No.
I'll
Okay,
probably be one vote. So,
I'll mark that down so when we get to the official vote, we can.
okay. All
do that.
right.
Okay, 13 is High Art Exhibition Balance at the Attleboro Museum, and it's only a $200 ask. I did see that Dover Sherborn students have been part of this in the past. It's another way for them to showcase their art to a larger audience. So I tend to be in favor, though I wish it was a little closer so we could
Same.
attend more easily.
Same. But I'm in favor as well for those reasons.
So I
And I
talked to
think
the
we
art,
did. We participated, right, Kathy? Didn't we
um,
participate last year or no?
well, I reached out to Carly Blaze, who's in charge of it, and what's really interesting and strange is that she didn't even write the grant and didn't know that someone had written the grant. She was like, "Who wrote the grant?" So it was the Attleboro Museum that wrote the grant, but our high school kids do participate, which is great because we don't have any other grants from the high school. It is only 200. I did ask her how many kids would be participating, and I have not heard back. So
Did
I
she
don't know
say
if it's,
anyone had, Kathy? Did
oh
she say
yeah,
that
yeah,
in the
yep,
past? Yes. So
yes,
I remember this conversation last year. So yeah. So I'm in favor, even it is not close, but we should
yeah.
host something like this with our,
Well, we used to, remember during the
yeah,
drama shows, we did
I
that for a few
know.
years.
They should try to
Um,
separate it out and do another one.
yeah.
I think
So,
they're creating a hallway at the high school that's supposed to be more of a gallery hall, that will be nice. And when people are there for various events, they can see the visual art.
Great.
All right, so are we feeling a yes on number 13?
I am.
I'm a
Yes.
yes.
Okay, number
Sorry,
14.
Annette.
This is the Council on Aging's favorite singer of the year, Roger Tinknell, $580.
Oh.
So I know they absolutely love it, and this is a yearly tradition.
Mhm.
So whether we
It
find
does.
a
It, yeah.
whole thing, then I think we're a yes. They do come to rely on us to do some of these things. It does benefit the Council on Aging, and it is a favorite. So I think
If we wanted to go partial, just there's a note in here. The library is offered to cover whatever cost is not met by the cultural council. Correct? Or am I on a different one? Hold on.
Hmm.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is the woodwind. I apologize. Okay, go ahead. I'm out of order. Go ahead.
Mhm.
No, it's just, oh, did he put the Friends down though as an alternate source as well? COA Friends?
Um, let me see. I'm
The
trying,
the
I'm
other
paging
singer did.
through. All right, let's see. Project overview, public benefit. I mean, Christina Gallant, Director of the Sherborn Council on Aging, has made a firm commitment to working with the artist to assure the success of the project. A letter of support from Ms. Gallant is included in the
Yeah.
supplemental materials.
Yeah, they
She
don't mention
did-
the Friends. They
No.
don't mention the Friends.
And
Okay.
they said that he's their number one of the 3 grants. He's their
Yeah.
number one.
All right. Yeah, I have this as a yes in full.
Yep. Me too, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll put a yes on that one. Number 15 is the Winter Winds at the Sherborn Library.
Yeah.
That's $1,000 ask. That's a local musician and three or four other members. I believe they did this last year and it was successful. It's a classical music performance.
Did we
So-
fund it in full last year?
Probably
don't-
not. There's
I
very
don't
few
think
things
so.
that we fund in full. Most things we did do a portion of.
In the library, as I just said earlier, the library's offered to cover whatever
Yes.
we can't meet with the grant.
Good, okay. Because I mean,
They
I'm a
can't,
yes,
yeah.
but I'm a yes, but partial.
Yes,
Same,
and there's a letter of
same.
support. There's a letter of support from the
Yeah,
library.
which is great. That's always wonderful to see. So,
Yeah.
all right. So partial on that. Boy, we're gonna have to get out the calculators.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Okay, anybody else? Everybody a yes on 15?
Yeah,
We
partial.
good?
Yeah.
All right,
Sounds
we're
very
moving along. Okay. Number 16 is the Theft of Dignity Sherborn presentation by Dennis Wise. It's an anti-bullying presentation, $680. There's no letter. It is via Zoom. So those were kind of my cons. I don't like that it's via Zoom. I don't know that it's going to have the impact as an in-person session would. I love the topic, but I don't also know if it falls under our purview at the Cultural Council.
Are you sure it's on Zoom? Because it says the presentation will take place at the library or another public venue within
I
the
did-
town.
Something else said Zoom because he doesn't have a location nailed down. I saw something else that said Zoom because there's no letter. There's no, like, he doesn't have a location specified.
I didn't see any local support like the middle school or
No.
the high school or even the library. I don't see any local support. So,
Yeah,
I did.
this was a no for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
who-
mean,
it is
Who
a
said
great
that?
topic.
Sorry, I
Who
missed
is
you
it?
said it.
Liz saying no.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I tend to agree, although I do think it's an extremely important topic and it's one of my personal most important topics, but I don't know that it falls under what we're doing. I could see it falling under what we do in the case of like some of the youth improv groups that tackle this topic. There are some different groups that tackle it in different ways, but I think as either just a speaker or a Zoom session, I'm not sure that it falls under our grant. So I'd love to hear from the rest of you. Are we all no, or is there
I'm
discussion?
voting no. I'm voting no. It just would be nice if there was someone who had seen this program or who was local who thought there'd be
Right,
an
it's not
audience
vetted. Yeah.
ready for it. Exactly.
I think I'll send him an email just out of curiosity. I mean, I could be a no just because of the funding and we're short money, but I mean, do you think this is something that Challenge Success would ever do if it was in
That's a good
person?
idea, Kathy. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Well,
it's also a
Direct him
topic-
there.
Yeah, a topic that SPAN DS, the Substance
Yeah.
Prevention Network, they are also delving into this topic. So there's a lot of overlap within school
Yeah.
groups. So, but he needs to be vetted. And I know they're like, if it's coming to the school and it's going to be in front of students, like the principals.
gotta have a look
know
at it.
for
They have to
sure. Yeah,
review it.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know, and I feel like we don't know enough about him either. And there wasn't any local support along with this. So
Yeah.
I'm a no, but I do love the topic. I don't know that this fits as is with what we're doing.
Agree. I guess I'm a no, and I'll follow up with him and see. I'd love to ask him, are you presenting anywhere? Can we come see you? You know, and maybe next year, if he's really great, we could always think about it next year.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
All right, guys, good job. Do we want to take a little stretch, or is everyone feeling okay? Get your water or anything like that? Everybody doing all right?
Yeah, let's keep moving forward.
Okay. All right. So we do have to vote officially. Do we want to tie that into the portion that we're funding? do we want to vote on a yes and this portion? In which case we need to do some calculations ahead of the vote. If we want to just say yes and then go through, tell me what you guys think. I'm up for either way. But we do have some that are definitely going to be a little like, what portion are we going to come down to?
Do you want to
And I
take?
think,
Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
I think we only have two maybes. Should we should we deal with the two maybes and then continue on, or?
Yeah, why don't we do that? The two maybes and take it from there. Seems logical.
Which were they
One
now? Let's
second,
think
I'm just
about.
doing a quick little
Number
calculation.
one.
One was the Veterans Day concert for $200.
I believe that's going to be next. Yeah, but sorry, I got to scroll way back to the beginning.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. So our only two maybes were the Veterans Day concert for 200 and the $3,000 technology class that we weren't sure was applicable.
I just did a quick calculation also. If we said yes, so we crossed, I think 3 off completely. So that leaves 13. And if we said yes and divided it equally, that's $458 per. Just to give us an idea, if we like, if it came down to it and we're like, we're just want to be quick and easy and there's 13 left, we say yes to all of them, and some aren't asking for 450, some are, so we could, figure it out from there. But just to give us an idea, that we're pretty good on, being able to fund everything that we're liking. At
That's
least a portion.
helpful. That was
Yeah,
helpful.
a sizable portion
Thanks.
of it. Okay.
Well,
Okay,
and
good.
what that informs us on is that if it's less than 450, we might be able to fund it in full. And if it's more than 450, we have to stop at 450. I don't know.
Or if we're funding less on some, then we can fund
Yeah.
more on others. But
Okay.
do we want to do the maybes first? Because then if we're no on some of the maybes, that'll bring us
Yeah.
down, give us even more money for each of the yeses.
That's
Okay.
a good idea. Mhm.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little more formal than we're usually used to. Like, we'll have to take a vote
Mhm.
and record who was yes, who was no.
Mhm.
We'll have to do a vote. How do we do it? We give a motion and a second. Do we have to do that for each and every one? Do we?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we could just do the roll. Well, we could do the vote on each one and at the end. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm not either.
Okay.
If you want to be very official, we can,
Yeah.
do each one a vote.
Okay.
I don't
All
know.
right.
But that seems probably not necessary. I don't know. Carol, any ideas?
I think we should take a roll call on each,
Okay.
just to be on the safe side.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's do
That's
it.
good.
Okay. So do we want to do it just doing yes, no, and maybe right now? Then do another official vote with the portions. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, we only have two maybes, so
Yeah, but if we need to do every single one, even the ones that we said yes on, we need to make it formalized.
okay.
And we need to
Right.
do it on the nose as well.
Yep.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Every single one of these 16. If we're saying we're going to formalize it, then we need to go through one by one.
Okay.
Does that sound right to everyone?
Yeah,
Is that
That's fine.
yes,
That's fine.
Yep.
Mhm.
that sounds good.
So the first one, this is a little tricky because we're a maybe on this. So I don't even know what motion to make.
Well, I think people need to say yes or no. No more maybe. You got to say yes or no.
Right.
Right.
But is the motion going to be to say yes, or is the motion going to be to say no? Is what I'm saying, so it doesn't get confusing.
I think you
Hmm.
should say, should we approve the application of Bay Colony Brass for
200.
200.
Veterans Day concert?
Mhm.
Just kind of say what is,
Okay. And then we have to say okay, so you just said it. Is that okay? The way you said it, then someone else seconds it. Then we have a discussion, then we have a vote, is my
Okay.
understanding.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so agreeing to what Carol just said, I second. Any discussion? We already kind of discussed it. So,
Are we
Um,
voting? Are we voting yes or no?
favor- Yes, just so you're
Okay.
all in favor
yes,
of application number 1, the Veterans Day concert. Please say yes.
yes,
Yes, from Kathy.
yes from Liz.
Okay, Carol?
I say no.
Um, I guess I'll say yes. We really need to keep.
Yeah,
although it's all this is
I'm
gonna
gonna
take.
say yes. I'm gonna say yes and hope that some of our local kids get involved with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're a yes then.
And you put
And I
me.
hope they get the word out to the kids. I hope
We
if
can.
anyone's watching this, tell the kids they've got a chance to be in this band. So, all right.
Okay,
Next.
so we're a yes on number 1. Number 2, or do we want
Which
to go
is
to the next
which
page?
is 200, correct?
Yep.
So
Yep.
we're gonna
Well,
keep a running
well-
tally.
Well, we're gonna go back and do the amounts.
Okay, all right. So
Oh,
this
God.
is just yes
But
or
you
no.
can keep,
All right.
you could be, it would be helpful if someone wants to keep a running tally, but do we want to go to the other maybes and the no's?
Yes,
I think just go,
Or do we want to do it in order?
I think order,
Okay.
don't you? I
Yeah.
think order.
yeah,
So number 2 on our list here is the fossil discoveries from the Easton Children's Museum, and we are
So we make a motion
making a, go ahead.
to approve the grant
Mhm.
by the applicant, Easton Children's Museum.
Mhm.
Okay. Second. Okay. Discussion. We're not talking about the portion. We're just talking about if we're saying yes or no to it.
And I-
Have a discussion
I
point,
do
Carol?
have-
Go ahead.
I do have something to ask,
Yeah.
or to say. I'm just wondering, how do our children, how do the Sherborn kids, how are they involved? Are they just allowed to go to the museum? Is that how we?
No,
No,
they're
it's
coming to
because
do a program at our library.
It's an
Oh, the
interactive
fossil-
program.
The fossil discovery program. Okay, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Any other clarifications before we vote? All right,
I vote yes.
okay.
Yes,
yes for Liz.
Yes, for Kathy.
And yes from Jennifer. Okay, so that's a yes. All right, Winterfest. I'll just go ahead with this one. I'll make a motion to approve the application for the Winterfest from the Friends of the Sherborn Library. And then we need a second.
Second,
Okay, discussion.
I have another question. Sorry to slow the
No.
process down.
Oh, you popped in late, so we had a
Yeah.
little discussion you missed. Please go
I'm
ahead.
just wondering, why why aren't the Friends of the Library funding this?
I believe they fund a large portion of the rest of the event that day. This is specifically for a dance and movement portion. And we usually do fund some dance and movement in a grant of some form every year. So
Okay,
I don't think the 300 is the full event. I think it's specifically, that was my understanding. If anyone has a different understanding, please share. Okay,
thank you.
are we ready to vote or anything else on this one?
I vote yes. Did
Okay.
we already made the motion, right? We had discussion.
Right.
Yep.
And I vote yes.
I vote
Okay.
yes.
I
Carol,
vote,
yes.
Liz votes yes.
Liz, yes.
Kathy
Okay.
votes yes.
Okay, and Jennifer votes yes. So, all right. Moving along. All right, I make a motion to approve the beginner technology classes by Kev Tech Services Inc. And I need a second on that.
I second that.
Okay, and discussion. So this is the one we did have a maybe overall, and there was some concern that it didn't fall under the guidance from the state of what we cover. It is kind of a gray area to me. It is in the science and technology realm, but it isn't really, it's not, I don't know, it's more of just a regular straightforward class. So that for me was why I had some question marks. That and the high amount, but we can discuss that if we do approve. We can discuss that.
I
Any
think,
other?
yep, I mean, I'm leaning towards a no because I want to fund Roger Ticknell and Tommy Rule. So because of the other two grants, I guess I'm a no.
And Liz is a no on this one.
I think I'm gonna say no too.
Carol's also a no.
All right, I'm a no as well.
Okay, we can
Okay.
move on.
Yep, we can move on and let's see. Sorry, I'm just going to mark that we're a no on that. Okay, number 5 is okay. I vote to approve Balloons, Books, and Magic by James Manning for 7. Well, we'll discuss the amount, but I put a motion forward for Balloons, Books, and Magic. And I need
I'll
a second.
second. I'll second.
Discussion? Are we ready to vote?
Yes.
I vote yes.
I vote
Tricia,
yes.
sorry, I need to, if your camera's not on, I need to know who's saying it.
That was
Carol voted yes.
Carol's a yes, okay.
Liz is a yes.
Okay,
Kathy's a yes.
okay, and I'm a yes, so number 5 is a yes. Okay. Number 6. I make a motion to approve the Metco Mixed Media Maximalism put forward by the Pine Hill Community School Association. Need a second?
Second,
Yes.
And discussion? Any discussion? Okay, are we ready to vote?
I'm gonna vote yes.
Tricia's a yes?
Yeah.
I'm a yes.
Kathy's a yes.
All right,
Liz is a yes.
okay, Liz?
Carol's a yes.
Okay, all right, so it's a yes on number 6. All right, number 7 already happened, but we do need to take a formal vote, I guess. So I vote to make a motion to approve Walker Between Worlds Pine Hill Elementary School. It happened in October. I do need a second on that, and then we can have a little discussion to clarify.
Second.
Okay. So I did reach out to them. They actually reached out to me first and were asking about our timeline. And I said, we're more on a yearly calendar where we approve in January for the full year ahead, not the school year. So they are doing things more on the school year basis, but they will shift for their grant applications to us to fall in line with a yearly calendar. So we don't run into this, hopefully, because it did sound like an interesting program. It already happened and it had funding from the CSA though. So that is the story with that one, number 7. Any other discussion? Okay, ready to vote? Go ahead.
Kathy's a no.
Okay, Kathy, no. All right. I'm a no. So that's Jennifer.
Tricia's a no.
So is Liz.
Okay.
And Carol's a no.
Okay. All right. Moving on, number 8. I make a motion to approve the Dragon King by Tanglewood Marionettes, the Pine Hill Elementary School.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Any clarification needed? We're good? Okay. I'm a yes on this one.
Liz is
Yes.
yes.
Liz is a yes. Trisha's a yes.
I'm a yes.
Carol? Kathy?
Definitely a yes.
All right, nice. Okay, number 8 is done. We're moving on. It's a yes. Okay, number 9. So this is the You Are Here sculpture. So I'm making a motion to approve the You Are Here sculpture by Jennifer Powell, which is a statewide installation town by town. I need a second.
Second,
Okay. And any discussion? We had some discussion previously, so is there anything that wasn't brought up that anyone wants to talk about? Okay. All right. I'm a no on this one, although I think it's very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm a
voting
no
no.
also. Liz.
No. Yes. And Tricia's a no.
and Carol's a no.
All right.
Kathy's a no.
Okay. So we're a no on number 9. Okay. Number 10 is the Water is Life, Life is Water. So I make a motion to approve Water is Life, Life is Water by Smithna Radharishnan. That will be 2 different performances at the library Mother's Day event and at Pine Hill School. So I need a second.
I second that.
Okay, and discussion. Any discussion needed? Okay, Jennifer's a yes.
Liz is a yes.
Okay,
Kathy's a yes.
okay,
Carol's a yes.
Tricia's a yes.
all right. So yes on number 10 as well there, okay. Number 11. I make a motion to approve the grant of a musical journey through the years. This is Thomas Rull and the Council on Aging.
Second.
Okay,
Kathy's a yes.
Tricia's a yes.
okay.
Liz is a yes.
Carol's a yes.
And Jennifer is a yes. So that's a yes on number 11. Okay, good job. We're moving along again. Here we go. Number 12. I make a motion to approve the grant for Sherborn's Little Free Art Gallery. This is by Irene Sarantis Fossili, and I need a second on that.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, ready to vote? Okay, I'm a yes.
I'm a no.
Carol's a no, all right.
Yeah, Liz is a no also.
Okay,
Kathy's a no, but hopefully maybe, like I said, maybe like a Boy Scout or someone can take it over or something, a senior project.
I like the idea. I'm gonna say yes, but
okay.
I'm saying yes, knowing that it's not passing.
So that's a no overall. We had 3 no's and 2 yeses, so that's a no. All right, moving on. Number 13 is High Art Exhibition. So I make a motion to approve the High Art Exhibition balance submitted by the Attleboro Museum. And I need a second.
Second. And I vote yes.
Discussion, any discussion?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have a question.
Oh,
Yeah, Carol.
How does this benefit our town?
So high school students submit visual art to be included in the gallery at the museum. And traditionally, Dover Sherborn students have submitted pieces, and it's, I believe, a juried exhibit. And there are awards that are given out. And students from Dover Sherborn do participate. And so their work is seen by a larger audience, and they have a chance to win some bigger awards than they would just, if it was in the halls of our high school.
it's juried, so
Yeah.
they also get that experience of going through that process.
Kathy's a yes.
Liz is a yes.
Okay.
Tricia's a yes,
Jennifer is a yes.
I'll vote yes.
So number 13 is yes. Okay. 14. I make a motion to approve the Pete Seeger to Peter, Paul, and Mary 60s Folk Revival show by Roger Ticknell for the Council on Aging. And I need a second on that one.
Second,
Okay. And any discussion there? Okay, let's vote.
Kathy's a yes.
Okay, Kathy?
I'm a yes.
Oh, Trisha? Okay, Jennifer's a yes. Trisha's a
Li-
yes.
Liz is a yes.
Liz is a yes, okay. Sorry, Carol, did you say yes?
I did.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so we're a yes on number 14. And let's see, number 15. This is the Winter Winds at the Sherborn Library. So I make a motion to approve the Winter Winds at the Sherborn Library by Wendy Vigneault. And there is a letter in support, and I need a second for that.
I'll second you.
Okay. Any discussion on this?
I'm wondering again, why wouldn't the Friends of the Sherborn Library fund this?
I believe they do fund quite a few things, but last year we funded this at least in portion, and we are looking to expand what we fund. We wanted to have some local artists because we were getting a lot of people from surrounding communities and across the state that were putting in grants, but this is actually a local Sherborn woman who I believe she's the flautist in the group. I'm not sure. I didn't go to see her last year, but I would like to try to make it this year.
I think we as a group should go.
That would be fun. Yes.
Yes. That would be fun.
Any other discussion?
We could make a speech
Yeah.
or.
No, we were talking about that, Carol. We can talk about that after this,
Yeah.
but about raising visibility,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Okay, so are we ready to vote on number 15?
I'm a yes.
Trisha's a yes.
Kathy's a yes.
Kathy, yes.
Carol's,
Jennifer's a yes. Carol?
Liz is yes.
Liz is yes. Carol's a yes. Okay. So that's a yes on 15. And we're down to the last one. I'm making a motion to approve the Theft of Dignity Sherborn presentation by Dennis Wise. And I need a second.
second,
Okay, discussion? Okay, you ready to vote? Okay,
Kathy's a no.
Tricia's a no.
Liz is a no.
this is a no. Okay,
Carol's a no.
Carol's a no and Jennifer's a no. So that's a no. All right. Okay, so we went through the initial yes and no's. Pretty smooth.
Now the apportionment.
Now we have to do math. So let's count up how many yeses we had first of all, just to make sure we're we've gotten everything recorded correctly here. So make sure we all coming up with the same number. I'm counting 11 yeses.
That's what I have too.
Does that sound right to everybody?
Yeah, that's what
That's our
I,
first math lesson. Okay, we got that right. Okay. All right, so that means we could actually fund $541 for each and every one of these. If, I mean, some of them aren't that high of an ask. So we're in good shape. We're in really good shape with these 11. We should be able to fund a lot of them fully and give a nice portion to the remainder.
Great.
Yes. So this gets a little tricky though on how we want to approach proportioning these out.
Mhm.
Do we want to take a quick break? Everybody
Um,
good?
is it-
Anybody getting tired? Need a snack?
Are we having discussion?
We will have discussion. Yeah, we'll I think we'll do a quick discussion, go through the whole thing with a discussion first and then a formal vote. Does that sound
yeah,
good? Yeah.
good.
I'm in favor of like a 5-minute break. I just want to have a drink of water.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
I
let's take
did
a-
spill my
Okay.
water.
Yeah. Why don't we say 7:40? I don't care. 7:45.
Okay. All right. Let's take a
All
quick
right.
break.
Okay. All right.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Hope you got a quick little 5-minute stretch. All right, I didn't get a chance to check my math, but I added up all the ones that we said yes to, and we're not far off from how much we have. So
That's great.
yeah, all of these together are 6,412, the 11 that we said yes to. And we have $5,956 to give.
So I think if we wanted to, I mean, if that's the case, which I'm sure it is, maybe we could just reduce some of the bigger ones, like the $1,000 ones, maybe reduce the biggest ones down to make the difference.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
That's a good plan. Yeah.
Okay, so in my calculation, we need to reduce $456 in total. But this is just me really quick on my phone calculator.
Yeah.
So if people want to take a minute to kind of check that,
So how much? $400? We only need to save
I
400?
think 456.
Okay, so if we took like 100 off of number 10 and we took 100 off of number 8 and we took 100 off of number 15, that's 300. And like we could take 50 off of number 5, that's 350. And maybe, did we take anything off of number 8? If we didn't take anything off of number 8, then 100 off of number 8, that's 450.
Yeah, I think you said 8. I think you
Okay.
said 8. Yeah. We need
So
one.
we only need another 100, and we honestly could just take another like $33 off of the $3,000 one. So 33, 33, 33, and we're done. Yeah.
Okay. Does this sound good to everyone? Let's slow it down and go through it one
Okay.
more time. But just this initial plan, are we on the same page to proceed with this
Yes.
initial plan?
Liz said yes. Yeah.
Trisha, you're on mute. Trisha, you're on mute.
Okay. So Bay Colony, so if we go through them, Bay Colony
Yep.
Brass, the full 200.
Yep.
Okay. Then Easton Children's Museum, full 350,
375.
375. All right.
Yep. Yep.
We're not going to take the, okay.
No.
Then let's see, what is
Win
three?
Winterfest 300.
Yeah. Okay. Give them 300, wait, and that's what they're asking for, so they're getting everything.
Yep.
And then
And then-
4,
4 is a no.
no, right, get rid of that.
Balloons, books and magic, I was suggesting taking $50 off of the $7.99. Since it's one of the larger ones.
The summer kickoff one, correct? Yeah,
Yep,
so just reduce that to
$7.50.
750, okay.
Yeah.
You wouldn't take the 100 off that, okay.
No,
No,
because we're
that's-
taking 100
That's
off
the
the bigger
library,
ones.
that's the
Yeah.
library,
Yep.
okay.
And do they have another means of funding?
The library?
We indicate, no, I mean this balloon books and magic. You know how some of them indicated they had.
Yes,
backup
that's
money?
at the library. They typically do fill in the additional funding. That's
Yep.
the summer reading kickoff. Yep.
And it's
Okay.
only $50.
Okay.
So,
This is just the initial. This is not an official vote. This is just our
Yeah.
initial run through. So
yeah.
we can have discussion.
Mhm.
Continue
Medco
on.
would,
Yeah.
yeah, Medco would be fully funded at $450.
Mhm.
7 was a no.
No,
8 would be the 1,008 minus 100. 9 was a no. 10 was minus 100, so it's 1,000 minus 100. 11 was fully funded at 500. This is going off of Jen's numbers. Um, 12 was a no. 13 was a fully funded 200. 14 would be fully funded 580. And then 15 would be 1,000 minus 100, because that's one of the bigger ones. And then I think, and 16 was a no.
I think we still have to, I think that's only taking 350 off.
1, 2. Oh yeah, remember I said we should take an additional $33 off the 3 $100 ones. So then number 8 would be minus 133. Number 10 would be minus 133. And number 15 would be minus 133,
Okay.
which gets us to minus 450, which hopefully is right.
Okay, let's add these up and see.
Okay, I'll try to. 200 plus 133, 5. This is why we know how to do math by hand. 877. Are those the hockey boys?
Mhm.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm $38 off. So that's good. That's not bad.
Great. 580 plus.
is there a way to show a spreadsheet with the
Okay, I'm
amount?
$8 off. I'm $8 off. So we are very close.
And I came up with 59.86.
Okay.
What'd you get?
I got 59.64.
Okay.
But the good news is we are extremely close. Like we
Yeah.
just need to get this nailed down, but we're in great shape. We're not trying to fund way outside of our bounds. This is great news.
Yeah.
The requesters are going to be very happy because most of them are getting fully funded.
Yep.
So this is really nice. We just need to get the details nailed down here.
So, yeah, I think I was over by $30. So,
Okay, I'm going to go through it one more time. I think it's a matter of just taking a few more dollars off one of them and then we'll
Okay.
get there. But let me just check my numbers one more time. Okay, yeah,
Jennifer,
I'm
can you
$8.
list
Yep.
your amounts per,
okay,
per
I'm $8.
page?
I'm $8 off. So first one full, second one full, third one full, fifth one, $7.99 or $7.50.
Yep.
Sixth one, $4.50.
Yep.
Number 8 is 1,008 minus 133. Number 10 is 1,000 minus 133. Number 11 is 500, full amount. Number 13 is 200. Number 14 is 580. And number 15 is 1,000 minus 133.
I figured out the $8 is number 8, because it's 1,008 instead of 1,000, you have to actually minus 141.
Okay,
I think that's the difference.
great. That should get us, our total amount we have is 5,956. So with that little change that Kathy just made, I think we're gonna hit it.
Yep.
Let's just check it one last time before we do our official vote through, okay? Okay, I'm there. I think I got it. Although I don't want to be the sole numbers person. So if someone else is working on it, please let me know that it's also coming out to 5,956.
I mean, I think we can also say that our intent is to come out to 5,956, and if we, close the meeting and you realize we're off by $20, I would like to think you could just fix that, or do you think you can't do that?
I would like to think that a small little mistake like that would be okay, but I don't know. I don't know how picky people are going to be about that. But I do think we're there.
Yeah.
How's everyone feeling? Should we go through one by one now with the allotted amounts?
Yeah, I think I'd like that. 'Cause, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go through that.
Okay. So number 1, I make a motion to approve $200, the full requested amount for the Veterans Day concert with Metro West Youth.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, so we got to vote. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I vote yes. I vote.
Liz
Yes.
votes yes. Oh,
Kathy votes yes.
Should I vote no because I voted no the first time to not approve it? Or does it matter?
It doesn't matter now. I think this is a separate.
So to separate. Okay.
Yeah, either way.
So I'll vote yes.
Okay, so that one passes for 200, the full amount. Okay. Number 2, I make a motion to fund $375, the full amount from Fossil Discoveries, the full requested amount.
Second.
Okay. Discussion. Okay. Everybody good? Ready to vote? Okay.
Liz votes yes.
Kathy
Vote
votes
yes.
yes.
Tricia votes yes.
Carol votes yes.
Okay, and Jennifer is a yes. So that's the full amount, 375 on number 2. Okay, number 3, vote to approve $300 funding for the Winter Fest. I need a second.
Second.
Okay, discussion. Okay, no discussion. Okay, I'm a yes.
Vote yes.
Okay,
Liz,
Carol's
yes.
Liz is yes.
Kathy's
Carol's
a yes.
And Kathy is a yes. Okay. So that's full amount on number 3, $300. Okay. Number 4 was a no. So we're moving on to number 5. And let's take a vote to approve $750 portion for balloons, books, and magic. Need a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
What was the amount again?
$750.
Okay.
And that's the summer reading kickoff, balloons, books, and magic.
Great, that's great. I vote yes. to this one.
Okay, Trisha's a yes.
Liz, yes.
Liz is yes, okay.
Kathy's a yes.
Kathy's a
Carol,
yes. Sorry, Carol, are you a yes?
Carol, yes.
Okay. And Jennifer is a yes. Okay, so that's 750 on number 5. Moving on to number 6. I vote to fund the full amount requested, $450 for the Metco Mixed Media Maximalism. Need a second?
Second,
Did you
Okay.
state the amount?
450.
Yeah.
The
Kathy's
full
a
amount.
yes.
Okay.
Liz, yes.
Okay.
Carol,
Jennifer's a yes. Carol's a yes.
yes.
Okay. Trisha, did I hear you on this one yet?
yes, yes, yes.
All right, so that's 450.
And that's full, right? That's full
amount.
funding.
Yeah,
Yes.
450. Okay, so number 7 is a no. So number 8, we vote to approve $167 partial funding for the Dragon King by Tanglewood Marionettes at Pine Hill School. $867.
867, yes.
Right.
867. Yeah.
867.
Yep.
Yeah. I need a second on that.
Second.
Second,
Okay, and then discussion. Any discussion?
Kathy's
good
a
on-
yes.
Okay, Kathy's a yes.
Liz, yes.
It's yes. Jennifer,
Trisha,
yes.
yes. Trisha,
Trisha,
yes.
Carol, are you yes? Are you?
yes.
Okay. So that is $867 on number 8.
Yep.
Okay. Number 9 is a no. Number 10, vote to fund a portion, $867 for Water is Life, Life is Water. I need a second.
Second,
This is number 10.
Kathy's a yes.
Do we want a discussion? Okay. Kathy's a yes. I'm a
Liz-
yes.
Yes,
Trisha, Liz, yes, and yes.
Carol, yes.
Carol, yes. Okay, so that's number 10, 867. Okay. Number 11, vote to approve the full $500 requested amount for a musical journey through the years. Second,
second,
okay.
Kathy's a
Discussion?
yes.
Liz, yes.
Liz and Kathy, yes, yes.
Trisha,
Okay.
yes.
Trisha and Carol, yes. Okay, and Jennifer, yes. So that's the full amount. That's 500. Okay. 12 is a no, so we're on to 13. High art exhibition balance at the Attleboro Museum. We vote to fund the full amount of $200.
Second.
Okay.
Kathy's a yes.
Trisha's a yes.
Carol's a yes.
Liz, Liz, yes.
Yes, Jennifer, yes. Okay, so we're funding that $200. Okay. Number 14, Pete Seeger to Peter, Paul, and Mary 60s Folk Revival. We vote to fund the full amount, $580 on this one. I need a second.
Second,
Okay.
Kathy's a
Discussion?
yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
Kathy, yes.
Liz, yes.
Liz, yes.
Carol, yes.
Carol,
Trisha.
yes.
Trisha, yes.
Trisha, yes. And Jennifer, yes. Okay, so 580 on that one and 1 to go. All right. This is the Winter Winds at the Sherborn Library. Vote to approve a portion of this one for $867. I need a second.
Second,
Second,
Okay, discussion. All right, vote.
Kathy's a yes.
Trisha's
Kathy,
a
yes.
yes.
Carol's a yes.
Liz,
Carol,
yes.
Liz, and Jennifer is a yes. Okay, all yeses on that one. So we are done with this portion of our night. Good job, everybody.
Yay.
It's a lot, but that was good. And I really love how it worked out. That was, we were pretty much on target. So it wasn't a lot of really difficult decisions. So that was nice. All right. So we do have a few things that we need to do in terms of just the next steps after tonight. I emailed with our liaison at the state, and she said we don't need to vote on specific board positions, but we can delegate responsibilities and discuss responsibilities. So like, for example, who is going to submit this to the state? I can go over the different things that we have to do, and then we can figure out who wants to do them. If that sounds reasonable, we have about 5 things that we have to do in total. And there's 5 of us. So hopefully we can, I know some are busier than others, but we'll figure it out between the 5 of us if that sounds reasonable. Would you like to hear this is my take on the things that we have to do? I mean, I'm not the only one. I'm not the authority. So please chime in. We have to submit these through the Mass Cultural Council site that we approved and how much. So that's one thing we have to do. It automatically sends an email to the ones that we denied. But we have to, this is another thing we have to do. Someone has to send an email to the people that we approved. So that's a role that someone has to take on. We have to create a draft of the minutes from tonight, and that could either be from notes or a combination of notes and looking back at this recording. So we have to create a draft of the minutes that will be voted on in a future meeting. It'll just say draft at the top, the date of the meeting, that it was on Zoom, who was in attendance, and then the notes. So we need someone to do that. And we need someone to, once we approve the minutes from the previous meetings, which we're going to do in a few minutes, someone needs to submit the approved minutes to town saying that they're final, that they're no longer in draft form. So in my view, those are the big things that need to be done. Like, those are our duties. I don't know.
That
Please
was
chime in.
only 4. That was only 4, luckily. And I'd be willing to send the email to the 11 who we approved.
Okay. Oh, the one that I didn't mention was if the denials come back with a rebuttal, there is another possible step. I don't know how common that was. I personally have never heard of that happening. I haven't been involved that long though. So there is a process that we may have to reconvene to discuss those. So someone would have to coordinate that if and when. That's why that's kind of like a maybe 5th item, depending on if these few people that we said no to decide to question the decision. So, okay, sorry, Kathy, go ahead. What would you like to do?
I mean, the one that I said that I would like to do is I could send the email to the people that were approved. And I'm wondering, is there a boilerplate letter that I assume there must be one? And if so, I could probably find it on the website.
I would think that there would be. They're pretty buttoned up over there. They have forms and systems for everything. So, yeah. And if you can't, then we can help you figure that out. But that would be great.
Okay. I'll do that.
I think we first need to submit it to the state and make sure that's official. So your stuff wouldn't happen yet. You could do the little research to find out, if there's a boilerplate template.
Yep.
But don't send anything until everything is submitted and we're on to the next step.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thanks. Anybody else have any interest in any of the other things? Okay. Anyone want to create a draft?
I can deal with the rebuttals. It doesn't sound like much of a job, though.
Yeah, the only thing is if we need to reconvene a meeting, if there are rebuttals that you think we really that we need to vote on. I mean, we used up all of our funds, so I don't know how this process works. I don't know why they even have this process. It's kind of interesting because I would assume that most cultural councils have doled out their complete budget. So, okay, if you're willing to kind of figure that out, it may not happen. So, cross your fingers.
I can at least look into it to see what
Thank
is
you.
done
I
if
appreciate that.
you get one.
I
Okay.
appreciate that. Okay.
What is
all right.
submitting, Jennifer, what is submitting to the Mass Cultural Council? What is
Well,
that process?
I've never done that, but I did take a look at their website and it appears that you just you go through and you say yes, no, and the amount.
I'll try that. I could try
Right. And I will help if you have any issue. Like I
Okay.
want people to be there to like support each other, but it is tricky. Like we can only talk like one to one unless we have an official like agenda meeting, then the rest of us
Okay.
can't really. So we can't discuss things via email as a whole group. So if in order to do that, we have to post a meeting.
Okay.
So okay, thank you, Trisha.
What, is there a deadline? Do I have to get that done? I mean, I'm traveling.
I think in the next, I don't know, as soon as possible, because then they are afforded 2 weeks to
Okay.
reply back. I think it should be a really easy process.
So
through-
all it is just ticking it off. If there isn't any content that's new, we're just responding through the portal
We're
so that they
recording
get their
our vote.
official letter. Okay.
Yeah, we're recording our official
Okay.
vote.
All right. Well, I may be contacting you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
I have no
We'll see.
idea how to do any of this stuff,
Okay,
so
all right.
I can help, sit with someone and help figure things out, but I have no idea how to do any of this stuff,
Okay.
submit or
Um,
anything.
Let me give you some good news. And I don't really know either, but I'm in the portal now. And when you're in the 16, when you're in the 11 that we approved, or all 16 really, you just click on each one. You go to the very end, Trisha, click on LCC review. And it literally says, and again, I don't know if this is right, but it says approve or decline.
That's
So,
what I saw when I was,
yeah.
copying these off for my own review. I was printing
Yeah.
them out one by one.
Oh,
So,
and then
all
there's
right.
then there's a please select, and literally a drop down under decision. It says please select approved or denied. So you might literally just be clicking a button. Which would be
Sounds
great.
perfect for me, Kathy. Wonderful.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Good.
Great. So then I'll create the draft minutes from this meeting to be
Okay.
approved at a future date. And our next item on the agenda is to approve the prior minutes. And then once those are approved, I can submit those to the town. So I can do both of those.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So do you mind voting on the December minutes first, because Liz and I weren't there, so I think Trisha and Jen are the only two people that can even
I
vote
know.
on
I'm
those.
not really sure how that works because then we're not a quorum.
Not a quorum.
anymore. So I don't know
how it works
on-
either.
if you vote on just saying that it looks.
Like what we remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a year now.
I mean, if I have to vote on the December minutes to make it official, I will say okay, because I wasn't there, Liz wasn't there, but if,
Right.
you know what I mean? If you need
Yeah.
us to vote to make it official, I will say fine.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
then let's,
I'm thinking that maybe we do need other people to vote with a group that changes so much. It's just hard to have a quorum every meeting, and then
I actually have a couple people, I don't want to put them on this recording, but that I'm hoping will join us.
great.
So we may have more people in the
Right.
spring.
And I did hear about one other via email. So that would be nice. The more the merrier. I heard that you can have up to 22
Yeah.
in some of the bigger cities and towns.
Even
too.
with it, but
that seems a
does that-
little bit
yeah.
much, but
For our little bird, probably not, but it would be nice to have like at least 8 or 6 or 8 or
yeah, that would be nice. Okay, so I will make a motion to approve the minutes from the Sherborn Cultural Council on Wednesday, December 6th, 2023.
okay. I'll second that.
Okay. Any
I mean,
discussion?
was there anything in there? Yeah.
It was that was our official meeting where we voted.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Last year.
Okay. So
And then we had some follow-up items, but we never did them, but we did discuss them during that meeting, so.
we did have high hopes. We had these grandiose plans. Carol, you're going to help us fulfill that, right?
And that's the
We-
thing, if we had a few more members, like planning a social event or having some presence at some of these events would be easier because we could
Yeah.
spread the work out over a couple
And
more.
also, yeah, getting more publicizing the opportunity in more places. And I think we should hold a meeting in town for people who might be interested to come in, because some people had trouble even submitting their grants requests, and that's frustrating. That shouldn't happen, so.
Okay, so
Well,
we need to vote on these minutes, so
Okay,
I approve. I'm a
I,
yes.
I approve from what I remember, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to approve, but I wasn't there, so I'm just approving to make a quorum, whatever that means.
Okay.
Okay.
And,
Appreciate it.
and Liz is the same since I wasn't there.
Okay.
And are you abstaining, Carol?
I'll do whatever you want me to do.
You
Did
definitely
we-
weren't there.
Did we vote on the November ones?
Not yet.
No, we're doing it
Kathy
backwards
requested-
because I had other questions, yeah.
Okay,
Requested that we do this one first.
Yeah.
Okay, so Trisha and Jennifer are yes, Kathy and Liz are yes, and Carol is.
I don't know. Can I vote? I wasn't even on the.
Yes, do you want to
no,
abstain?
I don't think she should
Turnover.
abstain. Abstain, Carol.
I
Yeah.
think we do need to clarify this in the future though, because there is a lot of turnover and change in this group. So yeah, who can vote on the minutes needs to be clarified. But for now, okay, so that passes. The December minutes are approved. I will change it from draft form to final form and submit it to the town. Okay, I make a motion to approve the November 13, 2023 Sherborn Cultural Council minutes. I need a
Okay.
second.
I'll second.
Okay.
And I have some
Discussion.
changes, I have some changes on mine, so again,
Yep.
I don't really know officially how that works. I don't know if, you know, you guys might be able to approve them and then I just submit my own, you know, this is what, you know what I mean? Cause there's a few grants that I voted yes on and yet it says no. So like
So
the
I
vet,
think we change that right now and then we vote on the changes and then I submit. I believe that's how it works. So you propose the changes, then we make a new motion to approve based on the revised minutes with the changes.
okay, but you may not agree with them. So if you don't agree
All
with them,
right,
I
well,
don't
then
know
we'll
how
have
to-
a discussion.
Yeah, then we
We'll
have
have a
discussion.
discussion. Go ahead.
Okay. So
so
my
now-
my changes would
Yep.
be the veterans project I had voted yes on, and actually Jen, you had voted yes on.
Sorry, can you tell me which number we're on?
I don't even have the minutes in front of me, but it was the one that was the veterans project in conjunction with the high school. And I was a yes. It was submitted by Erin Gordon and I think Sarah O'Connell. And I was definitely a yes.
Okay.
So she just didn't delineate the vote. Like she wrote no when in fact, you know, there were different, some people said yes, some people said no.
I remember saying no because I
I
had
think I
worked.
said no. I'm pretty sure I said no to that
Yeah,
one.
I think so
Um,
too.
Yeah,
I think
I
she,
definitely said yes.
Okay,
but
Yeah.
I think she was just doing, if there was a quorum on the yes or no, she was putting that. If it was split, she was putting maybe. That's my understanding.
That might be true. I didn't think it was a quorum, but in the end, I don't know if it matters, but all I know is I was a yes, so.
okay.
Okay. It's not specifying who is yes and no. So,
Right.
um,
And then the other one was the Mary Poppins grant. I was also a yes.
okay.
So can I make a recommendation?
Yes,
Sure.
go ahead.
So in that case, I would write into the minutes that Kathy Horrigan noted that the.
She was a
act-
yes on those items.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Even though you might not have the exact vote. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
remembering.
And quite frankly, at this point, does it even matter? I don't know.
No, it doesn't, but just to make it,
Yeah.
No, but Kathy, the veteran thing, there's a new, this is what I remember Kristen saying, but I'm going on my recollections.
Yep.
That there is a new fund for like capital expenditures. And I
Mhm.
think that Kristen was gonna go back and tell the Veterans Project people that potential
Mm.
option. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that happened, so.
I'm
Right.
trying.
Who knows?
I'm trying to make a note here. I have the Mary Poppins one noted that Kathy Horrigan is a yes. I need some help from you guys to identify what is the other what is the veterans one here? It doesn't clearly say veterans. There's a brass, afternoon of brass that we were a no on. There's a
Community Voices Initiative.
community
Yep.
voices. Okay. And so Kathy, you'd like me to note that you were a yes?
Yep.
Okay. Are there any other changes or discussion to the notes from November 13th, 2023?
Well, my only other comment would be that on the one that is delineated, it's not accurate because, and again, this is going to be possibly a bone of contention. And at this point, I'm not sure it matters, but if we do want to be factual, the vote was, we did argue about this before, officially that night, live in public on our call, on the, to be seen by all, it was no Trisha, no Kathy, no Liz, yes Jennifer, yes Kristen, and Arlene did not vote. So that's also inaccurate on the minutes. So it should say 3 no's, 2 yeses.
I thought Arlene voted yes.
I believe Arlene did vote.
Not
yes.
that night, not that night. She did not vote live that night. Kristen and I talked on email. I have all the emails. You guys, I thought, had seen them. After the meeting, I had said, I don't think Arlene ever voted. And Kristen said, no, I know she didn't. I will call her. She then
Okay,
called her.
So not voting is different. Not vote, like if we didn't hear her vote or she didn't vote, that's different than saying a no or a maybe. So if she clarified what her vote was supposed to be, I believe that's what's reflected here.
Well, and again, again, it's like old news, and I don't even know if it matters. But again, you can agree to disagree and just write, Kathy believes that this vote was 2-3, and it doesn't matter because it's like a year ago.
Well,
But
I think we also left it as like, to me, I remember it was a maybe, like, see if they can do something to protect the trees that was very minor. And they came back in the meeting that the
We were
second one
not
where
at.
you weren't there, and they
Mhm.
came back and Kristen relayed that they said they were going to put some sticks or like, some pieces of wood that kept the crepe paper away from the trunk of the tree. And that was such a minor change. It seemed to protect the tree, and then I was fine with it.
Right, but that's the December meeting. I'm talking about November.
Okay.
So
No, I know, but in
yeah.
November you're saying, okay.
Kristen
Okay.
Rainey and Arlene Chaplin have both resigned from the group. So
Right.
how do you want me to note this? I don't really feel comfortable changing that without either of them with their input here. And my belief, because we went on at the next meeting in December to vote for that, was that Arlene was a yes on that
Right.
one.
So I mean, I don't
know
think
how do you want to have it recorded? I don't feel comfortable changing what's
their
here.
vote. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you should change Kristen's recollection. All I'm saying is, I guess for myself, with like the Mary Poppins and the veterans thing, is I would say, Kathy believes that the vote was 3 no, 2 yes. And that's my opinion, and that's fine. It doesn't matter, but I can't sign off on the minutes without having that notated, and it doesn't hurt Kristen's recollection or Arlene's. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but I just don't know if there's room in, like, I don't know how official minutes record someone's opinion or recollection. It's usually very factual. So I'm not quite sure how to note this in.
I already asked Jackie how to do it, Jackie Morris, our town clerk, and she said that I should just submit, which I'm doing now, but submit my
So I can just say that Kathy has a, I don't know
change
what
to the
word
minutes, or her own vote, or what, not my own vote, but change to the minute, an edit to the minutes.
I don't want to edit the minutes though. I want to leave them as is and say like Kathy question.
Disagrees with it. Yeah,
Something.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. Like,
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not even saying that you can change it or should change it because Kristen's not here and Arlene's not here. I just want to go on the record that I don't agree with what they say. So I'm just putting on the record my recollection of what was
what happened. And that's all. And it's a year ago. So at this point, it's kind of like we're beating a dead horse, but I always want to be truthful and factual. And that's where I stand.
Okay. Okay, so with the changes, do we vote to approve the November 13th Sherborn Cultural Council meeting minutes with the amendments?
Sure. I'll second that.
That's fine. I'll vote yes. I don't care.
Liz,
Jennifer?
yeah.
This is a yes, okay,
Kathy's a yes.
okay. And Carol abstaining?
Abstain.
Smart move.
Okay, so we approve those. I will include those changes and submit to the town for their official record. Is there anything else lingering over us this evening?
No, but I think we should meet at some point in a
In
month or two.
person, in person.
Yeah, in person, and figure out like what we want to do here. I mean, because we have a real opportunity to like get the visibility out there, to get more grants, to get more interesting grants, to your point, Jennifer, about seeing some of the same old names, and
Yep.
and really just kind of get some ideas going. I think it
What
would
about
be wonderful.
What about January 18th, 2025 at 2:00? It's
Oh,
one of,
meet over at the event.
yeah, we could all go to the event. We could say hello to everyone and just, thank them for writing the grant. And I don't know, just say hello and we could meet up. And I think it'd be fun.
It would be fun. I don't know if I'm in town. I gotta look. Is that
When
is
is
that what is that weekend? Is that
That's,
It might be Martin Luther King weekend.
it is. Yeah.
I might be here though still regardless. So yeah, that could be fun. Let's see. Why don't we get past the holidays?
Yeah, and we are
and check.
allowed to communicate regarding schedule
Okay.
outside of the
Okay.
meeting. That's one of the only things
Okay,
we,
good.
so.
Wait,
Good.
Jennifer, describe the parameters again. Explain to me, can we contact each other one-on-one?
Yes.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I'm one-
you can't talk about the substantive votes and all of this, right? That has to be with the group, correct?
I'm
I
not
mean-
sure, but I do think it might be helpful to have a little session with our liaison from the state, especially if we get a couple more members. It might not hurt just to have a little kind of tutorial.
I think that's a great idea. That's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Yeah, then we'll clarify it once and for all.
Yeah. But I think if we could all meet at that over at the Winterfest, if that works for people's schedules, I could come
That
in.
works, but we can't discuss anything unless we make an agenda and post it to the town. We
Right,
can meet
right.
socially and attend the event that we are supporting, but if we're going to actually have any formal discussion about any plans, even if it's holding a social or a recognition,
Yeah.
I believe we have to post that to the town in advance.
Okay.
Do
All
all
right.
that.
But we should plan to do that kind of meeting regardless. If we can make it and all, meet in person at the Winterfest, great. But I think a meeting in the next couple of months would be worthwhile.
Yes, and I think it would be great if we can get a couple more people too, and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact the people I think might be interested, and maybe they can get their names in soon. So
Great.
be great.
Great.
All right, sounds great, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Merry Christmas, happy holiday.
Through this, that was pretty good considering all the work we had to do. So thank you all.
Do we have to vote
Thank-
to close the meeting officially?
I
Yeah,
think we
I
just
think so.
say that the meeting is adjourned at 8:25, and I think that's it. I'm going to stop the recording and sign off.
Great.
great?
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thanks,
Take care.
Jennifer. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for
Bye.
doing this.